Throat's clear. Feels that?
Fuck's sake, here we go.
Started already. It's clearing his throat.
Men need to grow up, Elsie, don't they? But my missus, I've got to word this right. I was going to say she has more fun with blokes. She thinks blokes are more fun than women. She's like, she always had bloke friends at school. Well, that's what she tells me anyway. When she says she goes out with a group of blokes on a Friday night, that's what she says.
Hello, welcome back to episode 5 of Ex-Con Chronicles. And before we start, I want to say a big thanks to Namdi and the Mad About Talk Studios for letting us use your place again. I'm Rich.
I'm Big Lou.
Little Frank. Why am I saying I'm little Frank?
Because you are little, mate. You're tiny.
Okay, we're back indoors.
We rub it in.
I'm not saying it no more. I'm Frank.
Frank, big Frank. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment.
All of that, share, repost.
Stick your thumbs up. So let's have a little think. We've had a couple of weeks off, haven't we?
Yes.
We've had time off from Lewis's naked ramble.
Yeah, he's been selfish holidaying, isn't he?
Did you not enjoy that?
What, your naked ramble?
Yeah.
I enjoyed
the ramble, like going out in the forest, but it wasn't really much to see, was there, when you got naked?
Don't be horrible. It was a very cold day, lads.
It wasn't. He was doing like windmills behind the bush to warm it up, and it still wouldn't go warm.
Still wouldn't work.
No. Did you recover from your fall as well? You took a bit of a tumble, didn't you, mate?
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Do you know what? I was actually winded.
Yes,
That fall actually winded me, and then someone come and stuck
Rich
their
put
bum
his
on my
arse
face.
on your head,
And if those who haven't seen episode 4 is where Lewis takes a massive tumble and he falls.
It's definitely a visual one, isn't
And
it?
I do sit on his face when he's helpless and vulnerable.
Did you actually see that, guys? Did you watch the last one?
We ran across this bank, and it's got to be like 15 foot high, and we all fell off the top of it. But Louis
Rich,
fell off.
I think Rich had the best fall. He went over, like a granny when it's a very windy day, and they're getting toppled to the side.
It took him about a year to fall over,
That was
didn't
a
it?
slow motion fall, wasn't it? It's like, oh no, over I went.
It was good. He's like a little old man, wasn't you?
It was fun.
Lads,
it was
stay
fun.
out, wasn't it?
Do
That was
again.
good, yeah. And we're gonna. Didn't we say we was gonna do like Snowdonia or something like that?
Gonna do a walk, I think.
Yeah.
Namdi's going to come with us.
Namdi, Namdi, yes you are, mate. Why not?
We're going to get your hiking boots on, mate.
Get Mount Snowdon.
Yeah?
Come join us. So this week this episode we're gonna talk about not superheroes but people with superhuman talents or extraordinary feats. Not extraordinary feet.
Feet. Yeah, big feet.
Extraordinary feet, or people that can sort of
Just do like mad stuff.
perform crazy things, which we seem to be superhuman.
Because I reckon we don't use. Is it something like we don't use all of our brain? If
Well, you don't use any of your fucking brain, mate. So leave that else.
if you could use all of your brain, they reckon you might even be able to move stuff without looking at it. Or am I talking shit?
I just think there's parts of us that we maybe don't understand as much as we should do.
I don't understand.
But if we're looking at superhuman things, it's all stuff with people. I think a lot of it is down to speculation, isn't
Normal people don't do it.
Yeah. But let's talk about this week first, before we get into any superheroes. Lewis, how's your week been, mate?
I've actually been a superhero this week.
Really?
So I've always wanted to go and give a talk either in a school or to a prison. So this week I was invited into Feltham. It's a young offenders institution.
Yeah.
And I spoke to over 50 kids the other day.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed talking to them. I really enjoyed talking.
Do you feel like you got through to any of them?
Yes, at first they was probably thinking, who the hell is this white guy?
Yeah.
And then once I started talking about shootings and gangs, I got their attention.
Yeah.
And they all started listening, and a lot of them could relate to my story. Yeah. I was just trying to show them, because what I got from them, none of them knew what they wanted to do when they left prison. I was like, what are you lot doing when you leave prison? Like, I don't know. And that's one of the reasons why I went back to prison, because I got straight back into selling drugs. I lasted 6 weeks and went straight back. So I said, boys, you lot need to come out of a plan.
Yeah.
And I've been invited back, and also to Thameside. So
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Do you think it's a regular? Do you think it might be something that could grow?
I think it's going to grow.
When you're talking to kids.
Yeah. Every time, Lewis, every time.
No, I think it's going to be something. It can grow into something really good. Really
I was still thinking about something else right now.
I know you
Quite
are. He's a sick man, you know.
You're quite, like you said earlier, relatable to like these kids are going down the wrong path. I think it's good.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. It's a good day out for me.
Frank, what was your week like?
I haven't really done much. I can't top that, can I? I spoke to 51 kids. But that was
Top me.
that was a playground. Then I got arrested.
I thought you was banned from that one.
Well, I was talking to like a microphone. How many kids are there?
Yeah.
No, I haven't really done much. Like, you go back to work, don't you, after Christmas? Sold a couple of books. Did a podcast the other day, like for somebody else. That'd be out whenever, probably in about 4 years.
That's
the
the
same
one
really
I
busy.
did.
Same one you did. Same one you did.
Yeah.
But they're not out yet. And just working, and that's it really.
Grafting. What have you been up to, Rich?
Not a lot. I managed to change my hours in one of my jobs for the charity I work with, which is nice. I was doing like too many hours and not enough time on my own.
January feels like I get paid weekly, but it just feels like 4 months in 1 month, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's dark.
We're February now, aren't we? Feb the 2nd.
Yes.
Oh yes. Yeah.
It's spring next month. Technically.
Nice
Leave
weather
it in
starts going. I looked at summer houses. I might buy one of them.
What, like a sort of little portable thing you put in your garden?
Yeah, you just put it up in the garden, sitting in the afternoon like an old man.
You
That's
sad,
about as good
you
as what we
sad old
got.
fuck.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some people. I've selected for this episode 3 people with unique abilities for us to talk about.
Me, Lewis, and who?
And me, yeah. And I reckon we need to try and see if these people are real or fake in what they can do. And the first guy I've got it's called an Indian breatharian monk called Prahlad Jani.
Yeah.
And he claims that he's not eaten or drunk anything for 75 fucking years.
So what the hell is he living on?
Well, this is it. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll get a picture up of this. It's round about now.
Maybe a year or two. Maybe.
We mean maybe a year or 2.
Years.
Well, maybe a year or 2. You can
Do
go
you know what the rule of thumb is in survival is? It's 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without air. And he's says he can go 75 years without any of that. So
I can just about go 2 hours without having a snack.
Yeah. But how do you think he's going to... If it was true...
The photograph we've got of him, he's got like an earring on his nose. Weren't we saying he might be being fed through a tube?
Well, I reckon,
that?
looking at this image that I'm looking at
He
now,
looks dead.
He does look dead, and I don't think he's alive. I think he's just been stuffed.
All his organs will
He
start
ain't
shutting
stuffed,
down.
he's starving.
He's starving.
All his organs will be shutting down.
Yeah.
Like your brain relies on glycogen for energy. So where is he getting this from?
Well, so you say that. I've got a friend who sold long story short, he lived in a camper van for the last 10 years. He sold a business and he's just gone into these mad like camp places. And he reckons he's met people that get their energy from the sun. And they haven't. I don't know whether he said they've not eaten or drunk for like ages. And I was like, really? I just thought he's gone a little bit like, whoa, man.
Do you think it's real though? Because I mean, can you really go that long without food?
I know if you train your body, you've got that fasting period in, Eid and all that sort of thing. I know, and
But
fasting's
still
meant to be good for it. They eat overnight, don't they? Yeah, you're right.
When this guy was randomly tested in 2003 and 2010, and he was observed for 15 days at a time, and they said those 15 days he didn't eat, drink, or take a shit. Now they can neither confirm, and they said they were monitoring him. But
how do they know that? It might shit his pants.
Well, they don't know if he's. I reckon he's got a tube or something going into his belly. I reckon he's had an operation. He's being fed maybe intravenously.
But why are they making money out of this guy? Why is he doing that? Why would you do this?
Well, what would you stand?
Is there someone behind him saying, "Go on, do that"? And then
bet you can't. I bet you can't go for a year without eating, and he's stubborn as fuck, and he just tries to go for it.
I'm going to be honest. I think it's a load of bollocks. This one.
We're going to call bollocks on this.
I'm going to call bollocks on this one
bollocks.
and actually get my bollocks out.
I'm going to call bollocks. I'm going to ask you a question, Lou, because I reckon this one for you. I want you to pick a number between 1 and 19, mate.
I'm going to pick number 4.
Number 4. So this is from a user called Swaz321. How did you guys get through the boredom of prison?
How did I get?
TV for me. TV.
Working out. I'd break up my day.
Yeah.
When you go to prison, you have to break up your day.
So you do a lot of cell workouts.
Cell workouts. So in the morning, wake up, normal breakfast or whatever. You might go to the workshop, come back, fit a little hour workout. I used to do 2 workouts a day in my cell.
Yeah.
And then I had a phone the whole of my sentence anyway.
Or moody phone.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, after 6 when the doors close, I'd be on Instagram and that anyway.
So you're not really in prison, are you? You've
Not
got
really.
That's a reward, haven't you?
Majority of the time, only I had my phone initially was just to FaceTime my daughter.
Yeah.
But after, like, she gets bored of speaking to her dad, so after that, I'd have a little flick through Instagram and stuff. And
How about you, mate?
Do you know what? I quite like the routine of prison, and I've taken it out of prison. So I think once I got settled in the routine, I was in segregation for 10 days. I just stared at the ceiling for 10 days.
Wait, what was you in seg for?
They cut-aid me, moved me from I went to put in for a funeral, and they said, "Oh, we've just realised," and they said, "In Wormwood Scrubs, what you've been arrested for." So they put me in segregation camp.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was all shit on the wall, and I was just sitting there staring at the ceiling. They said, taking the piss. They said, like, "We've got a couple of books here if you want to read a book." And I was like, I can't read, you fucking.
You look like a reader, Rich. How did you get through your day?
I feel like I got a job working.
Yeah, with different prisons in Loudon Grange.
I was a gym orderly as well, so that helped out.
Xbox on
Depends different prisons, I suppose. So when you first go in, I don't know whether it's for you, Stu, in a local, you're just banged up all the time. And I was in Belmarsh and Wormwood Scrubs banged up. And then I moved to Loudon Grange and
opens
for
up
like
opportunities,
years,
doesn't it?
you just your doors open all day. I worked on a servery and then I was
I get so bored when it's like that. Because I used to find it very difficult to socialise in prison. Even though I got along with everyone in the prison, I found it so hard to socialise with others.
But then you find the bullshit on the wing gets the same old thing.
it does, doesn't it?
Take myself away from it, and I used to chill in my cell.
But it was like that on that programme.
Yeah.
And we was only in there for 2 weeks. And
what programme's this? What programme's
that you was on, and me and Rich was just there
You were
at
the
about.
star.
But we was ending up going in each other's cells, weren't we? Just talking things shit out there.
But I didn't think prison was bored. I didn't think I find it boring at all. I found it was just another place to do stuff and just focus on yourself.
I'm very bored out here. Like, I found in prison I had a wicked routine. And out
Too
here,
many
I feel
distractions.
I'm so lost out here, lads. Like, I talk openly. I'm lost out here. I don't know what's going on every day.
Yeah.
What I'm going to be doing. I don't like committing to things because I don't even know if I'm going to turn up.
That makes you pretty unreliable, mate.
It turns up to this.
I turn up for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
that's why we have
you'll
to
get through that. I think because you're dealing with other demons, aren't you? Mental health and that stuff, and that can
shut up.
Yeah, can destroy your
Who said that?
motivation. Yeah. So in essence, I think prison for me, I didn't find it boring. I thought it was just another place. So we've got another. I wouldn't call this guy a superhero, but I think he's pretty fucking intense. What he can do. He's called
Franksome.
Wim Hoffman.
Wim Hof.
AKA
Yes.
the Iceman, aka the Iceman. So what's your thoughts? So just so people know, if they didn't realise, this is the guy. I think he's probably Icelandic or something. Like, got to be some Scandinavian guy.
He's got a beard in that.
He's got a beard. He's got like long hair, and he's got
his own thing in Iceland, his own camp.
His own camp, so he probably trains people. But this guy can go into freezing cold water, and he's broke the world record for the longest swim in the ice water and longest time in freezing water, 44 minutes.
He climbed Everest in bare feet.
Yeah,
and he made it up 5,000 meters, from the top, and he had to come down because he was getting frostbite in his toes.
So that's one giveaway there, isn't it? That shows that he is susceptible to normal stuff like getting frostbitten. So what do you think? I mean, I know, Frank, you're thinking of doing some ice water bathing, aren't you? But you haven't quite got around to it.
I don't know. It's digging me out. I've got an ice bath, but I've not used it. Richard's got an ice bath and he uses it.
But I've got no hot water now, so I'm
Since ice anyway.
Paying my bills this week, so I get some hot water back.
Got 50p in the meter.
I do think the guy's incredible.
Well, there's. Do you know what? There's a thing. So he. Oh man, I'm going to get unquoted here. Timo or something, and it's a Tibetan monks. They do this breathing exercise, and Wim Hof does a form of that, and they train each other to breathe, and it's an inner fire. And Timo, I think, stands for inner fire, and they do it through breathing. And a woman in like the 1800s, I think she's born in the 1800s, early 19, and Alexandra David Neil, her name was.
Fucking hell.
Yes.
Well done, Frank.
Alexandra David Neil. She went over to Tibet, and she was the first sort of Westerner to get like information and study these Tibetan monks. And she was, when people weren't allowed in Tibet, she was allowed to go there, and she went there on her own pretty much the whole time. And then she adopted like a Tibetan friend, but she wrote loads of books about it. And then in the 70s or 80s, another scientist went out there for 10 years to study their brains. And they reckon half of their brain is like pretty much asleep. They meditate to it. And the other half of their brain is like super alert. And they said they don't know how they do it and they've trained to it. But going back to that Timo thing, that lady, Alexandra, she saved her and like whoever's life by doing it in a cave somewhere.
Yeah.
Up in Tibetan mountains, and she observed when it's a Tibetan monk thing when they sort of, like passing out in the army, but the Tibetan monks, the Buddhists, they wrap soaking wet freezing cloths over them, and they dry the cloths with their heat. Do the breathing thing.
Do you think it's down to meditation then?
Well, I think your body is powerful, isn't it? But you can train for it. Yeah, and that Wim Hof, I think maybe his just pushed himself. 'Cause he started all this because he was really depressed. His wife jumped off a block of flats.
He was going to kill himself, wasn't he?
She killed herself.
Do you know who also who's big on ice baths and that? You know, Professor Green, the rapper.
Yeah.
He's really big on ice baths.
He's done loads about
What's
depression,
the benefits on it?
I think it activates some of the brown fat cells when you go into fight or flight because of the adrenaline, and when you get
They
out,
reckon
you
it
get that rush of
activates an
oxygen.
ancient thing in our body. But after you get out, it's what's that thingy called? Tiny penis. Tiny penis, that Greek thing.
Tiny penis. Yeah.
So no, it activates an ancient thing in our bodies.
That guy, he actually can just sit there in the snow. I see him doing these stretches and everything.
Do you think it's beyond endurance? You think there's something meditation in it?
There's some meditation in it, and I think it's something you can actually train your body to be ready for.
Because I did my ice bath last week when it was like -4 and there was proper ice on it, like that thick. And after,
how'd you get in the water then?
Broke it with my head. After 2 minutes, I couldn't feel my left arm. That was gone. No feeling left in the left arm. And it's
So when do you know you should stop? Yeah.
4-minute timer.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Is that what they recommend? 4 minutes.
I've done the cold
4
showers,
minutes,
so I downloaded the Wim Hof app.
Yeah.
And I'd done the breathing thing, and man, before I was going to work, I was doing the breathing thing sitting down, and you start like not hallucinating, but you start like wigging out a little bit.
No,
Some people like do it laying down, they start crying and everything. But the cold showers I was doing, I was competing with like a roofer mate of mine, Mark, and we was doing like 10 minutes in the cold shower. But
I can do the cold showers.
Yeah.
And it definitely made me feel probably a little bit more positive. And we went out for a walk with a dog, and I had shorts and a t-shirt. And it was snow.
It's a victory, isn't it?
Yeah, because I was having a shit day. Well, I have a shit day most days, but I decided to have a cold shower. What's that,
Small violin.
No, it's the smallest violin in the world playing for you.
Grow up. Anyway, I suffer with nerve damage in my neck, and that's the cold water and ice is the best thing for nerve damage. I swear to you, I'll come out of there and I felt brand new again.
My back always hurts with that.
Good for your mental health, because if every part of you doesn't want to do it, the one part of you that does is what overcomes that inner bitch that doesn't want to get in that cold water. And if you can overcome that one part, you can overcome anything.
You bring out like the beast in you.
Ice bucket challenge.
Do a nice bath challenge.
Should we do an ice bath challenge?
Yeah. Or get in a lake or something.
Yeah.
I'm up for that.
What now?
No, the one down there is a bit dirty. We're catching an infection, won't we? I don't want to name the park because I don't want anyone to know where we are.
The Thames.
Yeah,
the River Thames.
The River Thames. Yeah. So let's have another question. Frank, go on. Number between 1 and 18, mate.
10. Oh, right.
Oh, this one's from Bill.
What, Bill?
Yes,
What's
Bill.
your biggest pet
Old
peeve?
Bill. It's not Old Bill, is it?
Old Bill, mate. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Some
what's
people
peeve
asking me shit questions.
What's peeve mean?
No. Pet
What
peeve,
pisses
like,
you
annoys
off? What annoys you?
But not like gives you the just annoys you. Like
Annoys me.
Yeah. What's yours?
My biggest pet peeve? Oh, man. There's a list of them, isn't there? Everyone's
Just
got...
one. Just
Name one.
Well, I don't
Name one.
know.
I can't think of any off the top.
So
Right.
mine, fucking rude people. If I'm driving around and I let
That's
someone
everyone's.
through- yeah, but that's mine. Is common courtesy, good manners. If
Yes.
someone doesn't- I would rather someone shoot me in the face than not say thank you.
Bit strong.
It may well seem that way, but I get really sort of upset about people. With
What if
poor
someone
manners.
shoots you in the face and then says thank you? Like, what happens then?
Well, then I'm okay with that. I'm okay. It's fine. Well, no, shoot me in the face and not say thank you. I'm really annoyed.
I'll tell you one. It's relating to my crime when
You got caught.
when I got caught. No,
I've got one.
when people say, "Oh, how could you have done it?" Because I'm pissed off. I left my daughter. People always ask, "Oh, how could you have done that to your daughter?" If you say you missed her that much,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
also you're gonna think about your actions after, innit?
yeah.
Yeah. And they're not looking at life through your eyes, are they?
I really want. Do you know what? I read it in the comments when people say, "Why didn't he think about his daughter in the first place before
Remember,
doing this
he
armed
loved her
robbery?"
that much.
Remember, they
Yeah,
live in
yeah.
a bin. They live in a bin.
Yeah, Ricky
fucking
Gervais,
bin.
they live in a bin.
Yeah.
You piece of shit.
I've got one. I've got a pet peeve, and it is a pet.
Yeah.
The cat, it went missing for weeks, and it's come back now, and it hardly goes out now. And then when I hear him scratching in the cat litter box, it like balls my blood. So I come down from work in the morning, like 5 in the morning, and I have to pick cat shit up.
Oh, they're proper
the
little
box,
pricks.
and it stinks. And I pick it up, and I'm like, oh. And then some days, if I lay in till 5:05 instead, I hear meow in my face, and it like scratches my face, and I'm like,
Do you know what?
and the dog won't beat it up, so
Why not?
I can't. The dog's a wimp, but the cat's horrible.
Cats
so
are proper little mugs. My one, I forgot to clean out his litter tray the other day, and if you don't clean them out in time, they will do a wee somewhere, like in the bathroom or something.
where they shit.
Anyway, I've got up about 6:30 in the morning, get ready for my day, gone to the toilet. Stuck my foot and he's fucking pissed. I was fuming.
Oh no!
Fuming. I was going to wear them socks that day to the gym as well.
I was gutted when he went missing though, so it must be something there, mustn't there?
Well, years ago, when I used to be involved in selling ecstasy, went to someone's house to drop some pills off.
Yeah.
Not
How many?
condemning this. Not
What was the
back in
address?
Small day. It was.
Hold on.
I can't remember. And I went through the door, knocked on the door, and he ran down the stairs barefoot. He slid in dog shit. His dog had taken a shit in the house, and he ran downstairs, put his foot in, and went ass over a tit. I thought, what am I doing? What has my life come to?
It's bad if the dog every now and then might shit or piss downstairs, very rarely, and I'll just pick it up, not bothered. But the cat, I'm like, oh, this fucking cat.
Cat piss stinks.
That's a bad cat. It makes it sound like a psychopath, doesn't it? I want to.
Yeah, but they do say
other
cats
cats
are see you next Tuesdays, don't they? They do say that. I won't say the see you next Tuesday word in real.
Mine's a
I
house.
see mine every day. Does he?
He stays in.
Pussy.
Yeah, proper.
Mine goes out. I looked out the window once. Sorry, we'll get off this. I looked out the window once and I was like, Jesus Christ, that's a big mouse. And I've gone out and he's fucking killed a rabbit and dragged a rabbit in.
Good skills.
I've seen him fighting pheasants.
Yeah.
And our friend brought her 3 dogs around. He come running out the house and I think I was going to run off. And he ran up to the 3 dogs. Walla, walla, walla. And the dog's like, he's horrific. And he's big and old.
He's only been out the house once. He got out of the bathroom window.
He's like you, innit?
He had a fight with another cat. He had a fight with another cat and got bashed up. And he's just not, he's not been out since.
We moved to our house now. It's in the countryside, and the next door neighbour's cats beat ours up a little bit, and then our cat like started eating and eating and eating, and I was like, "What is he doing?" He's like beefing up. And then he's honestly, he went out and just weighed him in like a month later, and I was like, "Yeah, go on." And then from then on, he's just been evil and like can proper have a fight.
Been on the juice.
Yeah, so my cat is a superhero.
I love, well, that just
Super cat.
brings on to the next. Well, I don't know if this one is superhero. Is a girl called Natasha Demkina. I think she's Russian or something. And she's got this, when they know Demkina or Natasha. Yeah. Her ability is she claims that she can see into people's bodies and spot tumours and illnesses and such like.
No way.
And
she was made in the Kremlin, wasn't she?
She was created, hatched. Well, apparently,
Putin's daughter.
In 2004, I'll read this, she correctly identified a sore ankle of a British daytime journalist. Now,
yeah, because he was limping.
Exactly my point. Did he limp into the studio?
Yeah.
You know, and she went, he's got a limp, so he must have a sore
Yeah, you
ankle.
come in with a sling. Oh, his arm, I
got a
reckon.
bad
Do you know what I will say to this? They've actually got animals now, dogs.
Dogs can smell.
You can actually smell out certain types of cancer.
Yeah.
So
can smell
I can't
Parkinson's as well.
write this woman off, but it's
but she's not a dog, is she?
very hard to. No, it's very hard to believe. It's very hard to believe. But if a dog's doing it,
Well, why not just put her at the airport? It'd save fortunes in machines coming through. Oh, he's got something.
always
Yeah.
got.
He
Tony
has
Scott.
something.
Yeah. I don't think she's real. I think she's just like been lucky or something. She's, I guess, something like 3 out of 5. But you take potluck, can't you?
Mate, the fucking, what was that World Cup thing when the octopus was taking the balls out?
Oh,
It
do you remember
predicted like
that?
the
Yeah.
first 3 games, and I was like, oh my God, this it just was.
Random.
Yeah, so that one's
Random.
bollocks. Wim Hof.
No, you just never know, though. You know, you just fucking never know because our brains are capable of so much.
Mine's
Well, we
not.
don't even know.
Mine's
We're
not.
corrupted with so much. See the
I
television.
can't even
that-
see through glass.
We're corrupted with all this TV and stuff we watch.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen, what's that film with Julia Roberts in? It's gone a bit mad lately where it's like the end of the world's coming. Oh, come on. What is it?
A
Do you
new
know it?
film?
Yeah, it's a new film, Netflix. Mandy, do you know it? Anyone know it? It's got Julia Roberts in it.
Is it called
Someone's
End of the World?
What's it about anyway?
End of Days?
Once You Knew Us or something. Someone to quickly
Yeah.
look.
But anyway.
So, and then, so it's a film about the end of the world's happening, but you sort of don't see nothing. It's a family struggling and all that. And the ending, this girl wants to watch an episode of Friends,
Yeah.
the last episode of Friends, the whole film, and she wants to do it. And at the end, it has her sitting down as she goes into a house. Everything's like derelict and all that. The world's about to end. She puts the tape on. You found it? Leave the world behind. So she puts the tape in and she watches Friends and she watches it and she's so happy. And the Friends tune comes on, the film ends. And everyone's like, what a shit ending.
Yeah.
And then it's come out that ending is saying that we're all sitting here watching screens when the world is actually ending now.
Yeah.
And we're watching screens and we're watching TV, we're watching
Yeah.
our phones and we're not knowing what's going on around us. And they said that was maybe a subliminal message from the director.
Get your heads out of the screen, start
Leave
looking
the
up
world
and see-
behind. Because I watched it and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
A bit like the Twilight film when I was in prison watching that, and my missus went, watch it. And I watched the whole thing, and I had like 10p left on my phone, and it was a dream. Do you remember the bit was a dream?
No, what, at the end of it?
There's one of them's a dream, and then the whole fight kicks off. You're watching his fight scene for ages. You think, this is brilliant. He's cut his head off.
Yeah.
And then it stops, and the bloke, because he touched him, he could see the future. It was a dream. He told... And I run to the phone, I had 10p, and I said to my missus, you fucking bastard! And then it went, dinner! So, yeah.
So this girl, then, we think it's bullshit. So what do you think it would take?
I'm not saying bullshit, because I think our brains and our bodies are capable of so much what we don't know. Like,
so what could she do to see it then? What do you reckon what would make it possible for her
He
to
had a
have
limp.
that ability?
I don't know, because don't you remember when you was a bit younger and you'd be sitting there and you think, I can make that move. And you start, you get in your hand, you've tried it.
So
he's tried to make
telekinesis and
like I think I can move that laptop. Let me just focus my energy.
That,
So I
believe in manifesting and all that. I do believe in that sort of stuff, but
on there is I think it's
I don't know.
random.
I'm in the middle with it. I'm in the middle with it.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 because I think you can be lucky and have a lucky guess, can't you?
How many times has she seen people? Like if someone swallowed something, can she say, "Oh, he's swallowed a spoon"?
Because he's choking or something. He's only got a fork and a knife there. He just swallowed a spoon.
He's got a yogurt and no spoon.
No spoon. I swallowed a spoon. I think it was called that she didn't recognise something wrong with this morning's Dr. Chris Steele. He had something wrong with his pancreas, and she didn't spot that. So they said, well, if you can spot all these different tumours and illnesses and problems, why didn't you spot this?
Yeah.
So
she's a charlatan.
You think charlatan? Yeah, I think I'd go with charlatan on that one.
You ain't sure?
So I'm gonna hit you with some more questions now because
can you see if I've got anything wrong with me?
Yeah, tiny.
Coat,
yeah. Lou,
you can clearly see anyone can see that.
It's your turn to pick a number.
Yes.
Your turn.
7. Oh, it's just from another person called Bill again.
Not old Bill.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah, old Bill. Who should pay on a first date?
The man.
Think so?
Yeah, well,
I'm still old school,
old-fashioned, but the man. But the man asks a girl out. You should say whoever asked them out.
Do you think that? Yeah.
But the man. But then if you say, do you want to get on another date and you get on really well, and she says, can I pay? There's nothing wrong with saying
that's absolutely fine.
Yeah. But if I'm taking them out on a really posh one, she goes, can we go to McDonald's? No chance.
Yeah, I'd always offer to pay anyway.
I'd always put my card out first. Yeah. But like you said, if it's the second day and she's like, oh, let me get this one, please. Yeah. I'd be absolutely fine with
that. I
that really nice Scottish
restaurant. Get that covered for us. I'm going to get the car started up.
Like, what about opening car doors?
Yeah. Last one that pays. Just run off.
I was trying to go to the toilet.
What about if you're going out with one of your girl mates? Who pays?
I ain't got no girl mates.
I've not gone on any.
But do you think sometimes you get to wherever you're going to pay, like today we had a coffee and you bought the coffees, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the third time.
Yeah.
No, joking. Not that I'm counting.
But sometimes we get us there first.
Yeah.
That's why I got there third.
I've got a friend who's older.
Dragging the heels at the back.
Yeah. I've got a friend who's older and he's got loads more money than me, but he says, Frank, when you're older and you go out with people, you're older, you just pay. And then you get them things paid for you when you're younger, and then when you're older, you pay for them. It's sort of.
I think it just comes. Balance. I think it just comes naturally. Like if we're us three together at the coffee shop, I'll be like, I'll get this, or you might buy it.
Or if it's with your kids, you always buy your kids stuff, don't you? Even if they're older, you think, I'll get this, lads.
We're going. I said to my son, I sound really tired, and I said, I'm booking a holiday, and I've actually not. I've been abroad with my daughter once, and then went to prison, and then been abroad with my son a couple of times, but once when I've been out of prison, I've not actually been away. My missus, my son and my daughter said, we're going on holiday. And I said to my son, I know you're 18, but I'll pay for the holiday. You're bringing your own spending money. He's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
And them sort of things you've got to, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's as a parent.
It's a duty. It's not a duty. It's a responsibility, isn't it?
Yeah.
You take it on.
But the holding the door, I do that sort of stuff. But I think
if I'm on that side, well, if I'm not, I'm not.
But that's manners.
I wouldn't go out my way to walk all the way around the car and open it. If I'm by her car door, we'll open it.
Oh, not the car door.
What, the front door?
Like I thought you meant like a shop door.
I always hold doors open for people anyway. It doesn't matter who it is or what
you
made.
Rich opened the back door, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it the back door?
And I probably opened the door. I think where I was brought up, my mum, and it was a bit of a single mum. Like I'll help a woman off the bus with a pram and that. And then when the kid's looking at you like, boo.
Well, who wasn't it? Was it you, Lou? Said just someone had looked at you really funny the other week when you offered to carry that woman's bags because the bloke was just fucking.
Yeah, he did have a balaclava on though.
You left her struggling with the suitcases going down the stairs at Clapham Junction train station.
Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine this good-looking fucker saying that. to your missus. Do you want me to carry your bag, love? I'll be like, fuck off.
I was looking rough that
I'll
day.
carry that.
We were rough.
Looking pretty rough that day.
Right.
So conclusive, we would all be happy to sort of put your hand in your pocket, pay for the
First date.
That's absolutely fine, yeah.
So on that one, guys, we come to the end of this episode.
Who pays for the first date if you're gay?
Oh, right. Okay,
Oh, mate, we're stuck
what
now.
do you mean if?
Well, who pays for your first date?
Yeah.
So whoever invites them out.
I think it's that's a very good. Does your sexual preference and gender matter? Who pays for such a wonderful?
Well,
deed?
we just said it did. We just said that we're men and we're paid for the first
Does
date.
it depend on a level of expectation of what you get from said?
No,
date?
it's always more of a feminine side one. So, oh shit, I'm not meant to have said that.
So you're saying
Am I getting cancelled?
the more camper bloke
Yeah, the more
don't have to pay.
Yeah, the more camper bloke. Who's
So is that-
not
is that
happy-
Holy shit!
So is that the more feminine?
So that's
man?
more of like.
I think so. We can go with that.
Can we go
Let's
with
So why have I paid for the coffees all the time? I'm the campest one here.
That's very true. On that one, guys.
We're going to bring episode 5 to a close. So thanks for joining us on the XCon Chronicles at the Mad About Talk Studios.
Thanks, everyone.
Don't forget to
See you
subscribe.
later.
Like,
What do I put? Comment.
Comment.
And buy your mate and
And don't
girlfriend
forget to buy our
coffee.
books. We'll talk
don't
about
forget
that
to
on
buy
the
their
next
books,
episode.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy Lewis's book when it comes out. Never.
See you later, fuckers. Up your bum.
Up your bum, no, I'm done.
That's one done.
Ruined it right at the end.
No,
We were doing so well.